This just in. Breaking news. Our top story tonight. Public outrage is on the rise as popular exchange Coinbase has been charging users multiple times for transactions that they did not make. My proposed solution? How about creating peer-to-peer cash where you don't have to rely on third parties to manage your money? Wait, fuck. Also tonight, Ellen DeGeneres lays down some knowledge on Bitcoin.
Like, pretend like Bitcoin is a goat, okay?
Nice try, Ellen, but for the comparison, I think you had the wrong kind of goat. Next up, Tether is back at the printing press, printing almost $150 million of currency in the last few days. My prediction? Death, taxes, and people talking about Tether. And finally tonight, we're going to take a look at This Week in Crypto, a news article from coincentral.com. What? It's my show. I can promote my site. All of this and more tonight on Crypto News. I want to welcome everyone back to the show. As always, hit that subscribe button and join the team. Now let's go ahead and move on to our first story tonight, which... Hold on. I'm receiving some news. Apparently we have a live action shot of the cryptocurrency markets right now. Let's tune in. Fascinating stuff there, and I'll continue to update you as more information is made available. Let's move into talking about Ellen DeGeneres today, who talked about Bitcoin on her show. Let's take a look at a few of the clips.
One thing that I am down with right now that I think everybody is learning about is Bitcoin. Who's heard of Bitcoin?
Hold on. Show the audience again. It's hard to tell if we're watching Ellen or the Satoshi Roundtable right now.
Who can explain what Bitcoin is? Liar. Nobody knows how it works. Nobody. Everybody's talking about Bitcoin. Nobody understands it. It's like a plot twist in a confusing movie.
Oh yeah? Nobody knows how it works? Let's get Andreas Antonopoulos up in this bitch. Let's get Jimmy Song throwing down on Ellen. Let's get Crypto Nick. No, actually, don't get Crypto Nick.
I'm not really exactly too sure what a public key is.
And all I know is Bitcoin is either worth $20,000 or nothing. That's what I know. It's like a digital antiques roadshow. You're just standing in line and you have no idea till you get there.
Is it worth nothing? Is it worth 20,000? Could really be anywhere. They should make somewhere you could go to and get that information just like quickly. Somewhere like real fast, you know, somewhere you can just like, boom, it's right there. That could be a really big thing, I think.
The article I read said Bitcoin is decentralized digital currency. Now, to be honest, I don't know what that means. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to explain it, and I think we're all going to get this. Like, pretend like Bitcoin is a goat, okay? Now, it's adorable, right? Everyone agrees it's adorable, and you want to pick it up and you want to pet it, right? But you can't, because it's not there. It doesn't exist except for on that internet right there. On that internet right there.
Well, we had a good run. I'd like to thank everyone for being part of the channel. You know, it was really a matter of time until things had to come spiraling out of control. I'll see you later.
Just like Bitcoin is digital currency. You're probably thinking, Ellen, if I can't physically touch it, where do I keep my Bitcoin? In a digital purse? Which is a funny idea, but it's kind of true. You keep it in a digital wallet, okay? And the digital wallet can either be apps on your phone or tiny hard drives like this, and which is a really good idea because who wouldn't feel safe with their life savings on a piece of plastic that could go into the washing machine? And it sounds like a Jimmy Kimmel prank, but it's not. A digital wallet holds all of your Bitcoin, unlike your real wallet, which holds receipts and punch cards for free Jamba Juice.
Maybe Ellen gets it more than I thought. While that analysis might have been primitive, she's trying to explain it to a basic audience and work in a couple of jokes to keep people interested. There's no doubt in my mind that this was a great moment for Bitcoin, getting exposure at the national level and also exposing Bitcoin to an audience that probably isn't too involved in Bitcoin at this point as well. I also want to say I think it's important that we try and get women involved in cryptocurrency as well. Right now, we're seeing adoption of cryptocurrency by primarily men. In fact, if it's anything like the numbers that I see on my channel, it's 95 or 96% men. This is just my personal opinion, but I think it's really important to try and get women involved in technology, and not just in the kind of way where you have women work for your company to even out the gender distribution, but rather to try and teach girls at a young age about computers and technology in the future so that they're more likely to succeed in areas like cryptocurrency. If we want Bitcoin and other currencies to succeed, It has to find acceptance across many different people, and I think that this is an important step for the long-term success of Bitcoin. Next up, my news website, coincentral.com, released its weekly update on This Week in Crypto. Now, if you've not seen this article before, every week we release it, and it talks about all the things that have happened in the last week, as well as what's going on at CoinCentral. So if you want a good roundup of the important stories that broke over the course of the last week, I'd recommend checking it out, and the link is in the description below. This week, our stories cover the updated BitConnect lawsuit, the CFTC hosts its own hearing, Arizona legalizes tax payments in crypto, as well as a few other stories as well, so make sure to check that out over on coincentral.com. Tether is back at it, printing more currency, and despite not having an official audit done showing that everything is backed one-to-one, there are more tokens now out there in the market. I'm going to stand by my statement that I believe that Tether does have the majority of its money in fractional reserves, or possibly even the entirety of it. However, it doesn't look good that they won't have this audit done, so if something does come up, it wouldn't be too much of a shocker. I do think on the legal front, as far as the US government, there's no real incentive for the US government to want to allow something like Tether to exist, where it basically just takes the place of the US dollar, and we have seen some exchanges start to move over to using the US dollar over USDT. I also find it kind of funny, the comments on the last Tether video were like, "Oh, Doug secretly owns a bunch of Tether and he's trying to shill it to us." No, do not own Tether. There's no point in owning Tether. I do think that they're going to get in trouble on the legal front, and I also think that there's a small chance that the company, it doesn't have its finances where they need to be. Now, the reason that I don't think it's as big a deal as a lot of people is that I think the market tends to dictate what's going on, and because it seems that USDT constantly is sold at $1, if there were people that knew that there were problems, the company wouldn't be backing it, or people would be shorting it, or people would be trying to sell it. But no, it always seems to get bought back up to the $1 mark, and I tend to think that the markets seem to be somewhat efficient. Now, also in cryptocurrency, because there's no real protection against insider trading laws and that type of thing, I would also not be surprised if people buying and selling Tether were people that were working at Tether or knew people at Tether, and so they were actually, trading it based on knowledge they know about the company's solvency. So these factors lead me to believe that it is likely okay, could still have some issues, but I do think that the US government is eventually going to step in and try and change this. And finally tonight, Coinbase done fucked up and people are mad. Coinbase has had issues with many people for some time. In fact, for me, my account got closed without really saying anything and took months to recover. In fact, they only told me my account is good to go as of a few days ago, and I never found out why or what happened or anything like that, as well as them not responding to my support ticket. Not too surprising given that I had no balance. But Coinbase is taking it to a new level lately. People have been going into their accounts, their bank accounts, and seen multiple large transactions that they did not authorize coming out of their banks. And you know a story is going to be fucked up when the cryptocurrency community is siding with the banks. So it's starting to look like Coinbase authorized transactions that people did not approve to their accounts, and that's going to cause all kinds of issues. People with low balances are going to go into the red. People might not have wanted to make these purchases and they have to get refunded. Now what happens if they get the cryptocurrency if it is purchased? There's really no way to tell exactly what's going on, and in usual Coinbase fashion, they're not exactly moving at lightning speed. According to this article from CoinDesk, someone received a 1099 tax form from Coinbase, and they had purchased around $8,000 worth of Bitcoin or so, and said he owed money on $2.4 million. Good times. To this day, he says he has no idea where the $2.4 million came from, and he feels safe in the knowledge he doesn't have to pay taxes on $2.4 million in earnings, since they don't exist. Well, that might sound great, but when it comes to the government and Bitcoin, be prepared for them to take some unreasonable stances. And my God, for this guy, I hope this doesn't happen to be that case. Here we have a list of some threads up on our Coinbase, and as you can see, people are thrilled with the service that they're getting. Coinbase stole $25K of my money and is not answering any support. Coinbase took $68,000 of my money. Please upvote 30,000 wire reversal missing for 40 plus days. Urgent. Coinbase stole to release my Bitcoin from my vault to wallet. Coinbase allows me to deposit 8,600 USD and then ask for social security, which I don't have. Coinbase, please return my wire. We've got a lot more issues happening at Coinbase. And look, this is not the first time the biggest exchange has gone through problems. Every time there's a big uptick in the price of Bitcoin, we see the largest exchange really getting the brunt force of people trying to buy Bitcoin. This is obviously a great thing to have happen, as Coinbase reported earning over $1 billion last year, but at the same time, it means that there are so many people with so many issues that they can realistically only get to so many of the problems in a quick time period. So realistically, I think Coinbase just has to do the right thing and just get way more people on staff. I'm sure they have a huge team. It's time to add more support. It's time to add more developers. Look, you are making money hand over fist. Take care of people's money and be prepared for the next upswing. Like, what's going to happen when Bitcoin hits 30K? I've also not been a big fan of the way Coinbase has been acting. The way that they handled the Bitcoin Cash announcement in December was frankly just terrible. Obviously, there was insider trading where the information leaked and people all bought Bitcoin Cash before it went public. And then they froze trading with Bitcoin Cash at 8,500 before the announcement with Roger Ver on MSNBC. The way that whole thing happened was extremely sketchy, to say the least. And so I don't like seeing that a company of this size is involved in those types of dealings. At the same time, it seems unlikely to me that Coinbase would scam anyone. They're making so much money. All they have to do is run a legit operation, and they are going to make billions and billions of dollars. So they're heavily incentivized to not have bad stories come up and to make sure that people get taken care of. So if you're stressing out about some Coinbase stuff going on right now, it is annoying. I'm not saying it's going to get solved soon, but I think that long term, you're probably going to end up being okay. That's going to do it for me here. Thanks again for tuning in today. Hit that subscribe button and join the team.